All right, let's jump right in. We've got some breaking news on an initiative that's all about shaping the future of AI for young people. This is a big one, so let's get to the details. So, what's the big number? We're talking €500,000. Yep, 500,000 euros. This is a brand new fund that's just dropped, and it's laser focused on one of the most important conversations happening in tech right now, making sure AI is safe for our kids. Okay, so where is all that cash going? Well, it's kicking off a massive new funding program all about protecting kids and promoting their well-being as AI becomes, part of everything. And get this, the scope is huge. We're talking about organizations all across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, the entire EMEA region. Right, so let's dig into the why. What's the mission and why now? The thing is, AI isn't some far-off future tech anymore. It's already woven into how young people learn, play, and connect with each other. And that makes the whole safety and responsibility question, well, it's not just important, it's urgent. This grant is basically a direct answer to that call. So the mission here is really smart. It's got two parts. First, they want to fund practical, hands-on projects, the stuff that happens right there on the ground. And second, they're backing independent research. The whole idea is to get past the theoretical talk and figure out what safe and responsible AI actually looks like in the real world for kids. Okay, so who's eligible to get a piece of this pie? The fund has this cool two-track approach. It's designed to help two totally different kinds of groups that are both absolutely crucial to solving this puzzle. And here's that two-track approach I was talking about. It's actually a really clever strategy. On one hand, you've got the NGOs. These are the folks on the front lines, working directly with kids, parents, and teachers. Then, on the other hand, you have the research organizations, the ones building up that solid foundation of data and evidence. It's this powerful mix of real-world action and deep, long-term thinking. So, for the NGOs, it's all about making a direct impact, right now. We're talking about projects like youth protection programs that can prevent harm, or maybe AI literacy initiatives, to help kids and parents understand this stuff, and even practical tools that help everyone deal with the risks that come with AI. It's all about immediate, tangible help. Now, for the research side of things, this is all about building a solid foundation of knowledge. They're looking to fund studies into how AI can actually be good for youth development. But also, and this is critical, they'll be funding research that really looks at child safety and whether the safeguards we have now are actually working. It's about getting the hard data we need to make smart choices moving forward. All right, let's talk money. How does that €500,000 fund actually break down? Well, individual grants are expected to be somewhere in the range of €25,000 on the lower end, all the way up to €100,000. And what's really cool is that for those bigger, more ambitious projects, they're even open to multi-year awards. Okay, that all sounds great, right? So how do you actually apply? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the key logistics. The requirements to be eligible are pretty straightforward, actually. Think of it like a three-point checklist. First, you have to be a legally registered NGO or research institution in one of those EMEA countries. Second, your work has to be all about youth safety and AI. And third, you've got to show you can actually pull off the project, both ethically and on schedule. Okay, now this is really important, so listen up. The timeline here is tight. Applications open on January 28th, 2026, but they close just a month later on February 27th. That's a really short window. And they're aiming to get projects started in the second or third quarter of 2026, so things are going to move fast. So we've covered the who, what, and how, but let's take a step back and talk about the why. Why does all of this work really matter? What's the bigger picture here? This quote really gets to the heart of it. The goal is to produce clear, usable outputs. This isn't about funding some dusty report that just sits on a shelf. No way. It's about creating genuinely practical resources, things that lawmakers, tech companies, and other groups can actually pick up, learn from, and use. So what are we talking about when we say usable outputs? Well, think about things like toolkits for parents and teachers that they can use tomorrow, or policy briefs that help guide the people making the rules, even tested safety strategies that tech companies can build right into their products. The idea is that each one of these things creates a ripple effect, making the whole system safer. And all of this really brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? This grant, it's just one piece of a massive puzzle, for sure, but it's tackling the central challenge head-on. How are we, all of us, going to make sure that these incredibly powerful AI tools being built right now will actually benefit the next generation and do it safely? That's the question. And this work is a huge step toward finding the answer.